The UK's new Prime Minister will be named Monday to replace Boris Johnson. Senior foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata has been following this story for us from London. So, Charlie, good to see you. Who are the candidates? Tell us something about him.
Well, Deborah, let's start with the frontrunner, Foreign Secretary Liz Truss. Now, she's somebody who models herself on Margaret Thatcher. In fact, she has earned the nickname, she's been dubbed the new Iron Lady. She's also been dubbed the human hand grenade for her habit of blowing things up and political missteps. But in terms of policy, again, she wants to follow Margaret Thatcher. She wants to cut taxes, which is going to be difficult in the current economic climate. She was one of the few big names. I think this is important. She was one of the few big names not to resign ahead of Prime Minister Boris Johnson's resignation. That has levied her popularity, certainly in the country, if not with the Conservative Party. On the other hand, we have Rishi Sunak, former Chancellor, and among the first to jump ship, which really kind of prompted a mass resignation that then led to Boris Johnson's resignation. But he was critical as the former Chancellor of the Exchequer in handouts for about $69 billion to help people that had been furloughed. It earned him the nickname Dishy Rishi during the time. He was popular for writing checks on behalf of the public in order to help people get through the pandemic. But he's also one of the richest men in the country. He has married the daughter of an Indian billionaire. Now, being rich is no sin, but we are looking at a huge crisis in the economy, a cost of living crisis. And there are those within the Conservative Party and within the general public that feel that somebody at that mega wealth may be out of touch.
It's definitely not a sin to be rich, but you're right. Like that, I can absolutely see that criticism. And I love the two nicknames, a human hand grenade and Dishy Rishi. The new prime minister will be announced Monday. Tell us how that final race gets decided.
It's quirky. It's controversial, I guess, is one way to describe it. Certainly people here feel it's controversial. So we got these two candidates within the members of the Conservative Party, Conservative Party government. So they were put forward as the two big names. Then it goes to card-carrying members of the Conservative Party within the population. That's only about 160,000 people. So less than 1% of the population will decide who's going to be the next prime minister for the country. Now, who are these people? The Conservative Party doesn't give out that sort of information, but people who gather data give us this analysis. Nearly 2/3 of these voters are men. The average age is 57, whereas the average age of the public in the UK is 40. 95% identify as white. 76% voted for Brexit. 80% said to be ABC ones among the top educated and highest paid people in the country. However, and this is a very important however, where they do share an interest is they believe that the top priority, as the rest of the country believes, is the cost of living crisis.
That is really intriguing, Charlie. So how can the new prime minister, whoever they end up being, restore trust in this office after the resignation of Johnson?
Yeah, well, Deborah, I think we have to remember that the new prime minister takes over a government that is still run by the Conservative Party, and there are deep divisions within the Conservative Party. There are many people who now regret forcing Boris Johnson out of office. So the first thing they have to do is to try to piece that government back together and making a working government. But it comes at a time of crisis for this country, as we're heading into, as I said, the cost of living crisis, double-digit inflation. We're looking at energy prices that are going through the roof, something like an 80% increase in the cost of utilities, like heat and electricity come this winter, and 80%. So we're looking at, for the average household, something like $10,000 just to keep the lights on, just to keep heat going inside the house over this winter.
Charlie D'Agata, thank you so much for breaking this down for us. I'm sure we'll be talking to you again and certainly looking to Monday.
Thanks, Deborah.